Om Namah Shivaya. So I want to take this a few minutes to give you all an update on our Banalingam projects that's coming up in Tiruvannamalai. So this is Tiruvannamalai Hills. It's a very powerful Shiva Kshetram. This is our project. The project in Tiruvannamalai, there will be a huge Banalingam, which is the lingam itself is about 13 feet. And this Shivalingam will be on an Avadayar, which is the base for the Shivalingam, which is the Divine Mother, Avadayar we call it. And then that's about 7 feet, and the whole Shivalingam, 13 feet Shivalingam with 4 feet inside the Avadayar, will be on an Atharapeetham of about 1 foot. So the entire Shivalingam, including the Avadayar and the Atharapeetham, would be about 9 plus 7, so about 16 feet of Shivalingam. So the 16 feet of Shivalingam will be on a concrete pedestal of a total of 13 feet. And this 9 feet structure on the 14 feet pedestal will be the Dhyana Mandapam, meditation. So on top of which the Shivalingam will be done Pratisthapana. So total height from the ground level to the top of the Shivalingam will be 29 feet. So that's the first aspect. The little Shivalingams that you see, if you can follow my arrow, so there'll be 108 of these Banalingams surrounding a huge Shivalingam in the middle. Now we also have another project in Parampalli near Udupi on the shores of the Arabian Sea in Karnataka, where there will be a Shivalingam of total of 15 feet. The Shivalingam itself will be about 8 feet, and then total including Avadayar and base, there will be 15 feet. Why do we do this? Why are we doing this? Because this is a huge project involving a lot of money. So why we are doing this? Well, number one, Banalingam, which are made from a very special stone that's available only in a very limited area, about 50-mile radius near Omkareshwar, in a village near Omkareshwar. Around the 50-mile radius is where this special stone is available. Before, the Shivalingams were used to be picked up right from the river, because the river has a very powerful current at that point, and the river rotates these stones and makes Shivalingams naturally. So people used to go there, dig up, and then find a Shivalingams from all kind of sizes to 6 inches, 5 inches, to 1 foot, 2 feet. But that's all gone now, excavated. So they're all gone. But the stones are still there. So they make the Shivalingams by hand, pretty much by hand. And I've seen them because our Shilpi used to send me videos how they make these huge Banalingams. So even the 13-foot Shivalingams, pretty much they were chiseling out and then shaping it into the oval shape. And so that's Shivalingam. Now why this is so special? What is the speciality and the history of this particular stone? Before I go there, let me also mention this, where these stones are available and where our Banalingam is coming from, is where Adi Shankaracharya went to meet his guru, Govinda Bhagavad Padacharya, on the banks of river Narmada. So this is where our Shivalingam is coming from. And this Shivalingam, which is what I call the Jala Tattva of the Narmada river, is coming to meet the Agni Tattva at the Tiruvannamalai Kshetra. Tiruvannamalai Kshetra is Agni Tattva, the special Banalingam, and then established in a Divya Kshetram in Tiruvannamalai. That's one of the best combinations that you can have. Now, little facts about this Shivalingam. Now, these Banalingams are made out of the stones in river Narmada, like I mentioned. And there also, these are talked about in Skanda Puranas and Vayu Purana. In both these Puranas have a kandam called Reva Kandam. Reva Kandam means about Narmada river. So in both these Puranas, they have sung the glory of this Banalingam, or the lingams made out of this special Narmada stone. So there is a saying in Hindi around that area, Narmada ke kankar utte Shankar. Narmada ke har kankar me utte hara hara Shankar. So in every piece of the stone on this Narmada river. Narmada ke Har Har means every one. Also Hara Hara Shankar. Narmada ke Hara Hara Kankar mein ute Hara Hara Shankar. So that's the saying in that area. Which means in every piece of stone in there is Shiva resides in the stone. Now what is the geological facts behind this? Let me give you a history of how these stones formed. Many thousands or million. Actually, it's 14 million years ago. So 14 million years ago, there was a huge meteorite that crashed into that area where these stones are found now. Now, these meteorites, when they come down, you may have seen, we call them in Tamil, Eri Natchatram or the burning star. So these are meteorites. But this was a huge meteorite. When they come and these huge meteorites from outer space, when they enter the atmosphere, because of the heat and the friction, they come down as a burning fireball, like a burning missile. And they crash into the earth with a heavy force and they literally pierce the earth and go in. So when this meteorite came and pierced the earth and went in, the heat of the meteorite, plus the mineral structure of the meteorite and the crystal structures of the meteorite from outer space, amalgamated with the minerals of the earth. Because of the heat, it got amalgamated and formed an extraordinary crystalline structure. Now, I'll just explain to you what this crystalline structure is. What you see in the screen are the actual Shivalingams made from these stones. So the first one you see a white, like milky white or little grayish with some designs. These are natural designs. These are not drawn. These designs come out. And another one you have a plain little green, and then you have the honey color. Then you have a beige color, honey color. So the crystalline structure of these Shivalingams is called, first crystal is called cryptocrystalline quartz. And then the other crystal is a gemstone called chalcedony, along with two other materials called basalt and agate. So this cryptocrystalline quartz, chalcedony, basalt and agate is the total combination of the amalgamated Bonalingam stone. Now, in geology, they have a scale to measure the hardness, and it's called the Mohs scale. And that scale, the hardness of these stones is a 7 on the Mohs scale, diamond being the 10. So that being said, these are the actual crystals that I mentioned. So this is separately cryptocrystalline quartz, what you see on the first left side. What you see on the right side is basalt. And then below these three, the three is chalcedony, and then one on the right is agate. So these are separate. These are the actual crystals. Now, the Bonalingam stone is an amalgamation of all this. That's why I showed you this picture. You would see all these colors, all these structures in these Shivalingams. That whatever I showed you in the separate crystals is what you would see. Now, these are the Bonalingams that are coming to our ashram. These are some of the Bonalingam out of the 108 I just picked up to show you. These are already ready and done. So this is why this is so special. Geological science wise, this is a very special combination, and that's a Mohs scale that I was telling you about. Now, these are actually the 108 Shivalingams that the Shilpi sent me a video. I'm just going to play it. This is a short video. You would also see all the ones that I showed you before. Those Shivalingams are also in there. So I'll just play this video a little quick. These are the different Bonalingams, different shapes and sizes. And then people ask me, why oval shape? When we chanted the Urdhva Mukham, which is the Ishana, we call it Ishana Sarva Vidyanam, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam, Brahmadipati, Brahmanodipati, Brahma Shivome Astu. So after we chanted it, the first line for this Urdu Mukham is Vyakta Vyakta Nirupitincha Paramam. Shiva, Paratpara Parameshwara, ultimately he is formless. Paratpara Parameshwara is formless. So the Paratpara Parameshwara has given rise through the 36 tattvas to manifest into this cosmos. So activating the Maya Tattvam, so he manifests into this cosmos. Now, make a long story short, after many researchers and sending many satellites and Hubble telescopes, and then using the technology called Wilkinson microwave anisotropy probes, they finally stitched together. A picture was stitched together of the universe. This is a picture of universe you see on the right side. On the left side, you see our Shivalingam. So this is the concept. It is Lord Paratpara Parameshwara who manifested as the cosmos, which is the shape of a Shivalingam. Since we all cannot worship an unmanifest form, Paratpara Parameshwara, out of his Karunai, grace, Arulperinjodi, Tanipparangarunai, has given us this form manifested as a Shivalinga into the oval shape. So that is the concept of Shivalingam. So this is real. He is the universe. Now, Planck satellite was sent further to get more detailed, more higher resolution picture of the universe, and Planck returned these. This is Planck's picture. This is not Shivalingam, even though they look like Shivalingams, but this is Planck's satellite picture of a Shivalingam oval-shaped cosmos universe with a golden streak. Now, where is a Shivalingam with a golden streak? Of course, in Mukambika, in Kollur. What you see here is exactly like a Shivalingam, but it's a picture sent by Planck's satellite. So that is the oval shape of Lord Shiva or Lord Shivalingam. Shivalingam is a representation, cosmic representation in a oval form of Paratpara Parameshwara. Planck's 1 year, it took 1 year for Planck satellite to do this. 1 year. So this is a cosmic picture of cosmos with the Nataraja picture superimposed there. And the reason I put it there because in the highest scientific institution in the world and the biggest machine in the world, largest hadron collider, at the entrance to that Institute of Science were the high quality physicists. It's called CERN, Central European Nuclear Research Center. At the entrance to this biggest science institution, they have a statue of Nataraja. Okay, so this is why, because he is the cosmos, he is the Shivalingam. He has given us a Shivalingam in the form of a cosmos. That's as far as science is concerned. Now, in the scriptures called the Yogasara from the Kashmiri Kaula tradition, in the dialogue between Parvati Ji and Shiv Ji, they have dhyana slokas for the Banalingam and the Stavam hymnology, like a hymn for eulogizing the Banalingam. So where it says the mere presence of a Banalingam is said to grace its environment with harmony, mental peace, prosperity, and protection, which all of us need at this time of the day. So that is Yogasara. Now, the thing is, regular worship of Banalingam with the Panchakshari mantra brings about a powerful internal transformation in the individual, and that spiritual energy that is generated negates the accumulated karmic burdens of the worshipper. So the Banalingam helps one to transform the lower self and realize his own true divinity, which is Shivoham, which Adi Shankara proclaimed in his very first meeting with his guru. When the guru asked him, "Who are you?" he didn't say who he was. First he said who he was not, then finally said who he was. Manobuddhyahankara chittaninaham chidananda rupam Sivoham, Sivoham. So that's what he said, Sivoham. So this worship of Banalingam with the Panchakshari mantra, Shiva Mula mantra, will help a devotee to definitely realize that oneness or the Shivatvam in the devotee, in all of us. And then also, this is the most important fact. In Meru Tantra, in the 6th Prakasha, when they grade these Shivalingams made out of different materials, now including gemstones, sapphires, and then soft clay. So in the hierarchy, the 15th being the lowest, if you look at the bottom of the slide, 15 being the lowest, so that's a soft clay Shivalingam. And then next comes the stone, then the rock crystal, more superior, then carved in ruby, more superior, saffron, more superior, out of topaz, grade 10, blue sapphire 9, Himalayan gem, what we call Gometakam is 8, and then coral, Shivalingam made out of coral is 7. This is Meru Tantra. And then the pearl Shivalingam is 6, silver Shivalingam is 5, gold Shivalingam is 4, diamond Shivalingam is 3, mercury Shivalingam, even mercury Shivalingam is 2. On top, they put Banalingam. All the way at the top. Banalingam is not gold, it's not mercury, it's not silver, it's not blue diamond. A very simple Banalingam of the special crystalline structure is right on top in the hierarchy of the power of the Banalingam. So that's why some of the Shastras proclaim worshipping one Banalingam is equivalent to worshipping thousands of other Shivalingams made out of other materials. Good. So now this is the Banalingam, the big huge Shivalingam, like a sample picture of what is coming from Madhya Pradesh. And then this is a picture of a smaller Banalingam. So what you have is a smaller Banalingam on top. This is one of the actual Shivalingam that's coming. And the base is made at Mahabalipuram. 108 of these bays, how they are, they're already done and made. Now, people ask, what are the restrictions in worshipping Shivalingas? Because usually people say, oh, you can't worship a Shivalingam here at the house and all that nonsense. And even if you believe that there are some restrictions to worship a Shivalinga, as far as Banalingam is concerned, there are no such restrictions. Women, men, everybody, any caste can worship a Banalingam in their house. There are no special rituals needed, very simple puja, chant Om Namah Shivaya, put a couple of drops of water. As easy as that. So it's Ashutosh. Ashutosh means Lord Shiva is easily pleased. And on a Banalingam, the Shastras even say, a Banalingam does not even need a prana pratishtha. That's how powerful the Banalingam is, because Shiva is already there, like we saw before. Here, so this is a kind of what I call a dream combination. What is the dream combination? The Jala Tattva of Narmada Basin, Banalingam, and the Agni Tattva of Arunachaleshwara in Tiruvannamalai, producing a combination of spiritual energy. Not only that, when you do a parikrama around this huge Banalingam, you're not only doing one parikrama of the big Banalingam, but you're also going around 108 smaller Banalingams. Now you're just not doing parikrama. We call it mantra march. The reason we call it mantra march, each one of you, when you go there will be some devotee there, or some of these, our ashram Swamis will be there. They will give you a Shiva Mula Mantra, Om Ham 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 Shivaya Namaha, a couple of other Mula Mantras from the Shaiva tradition, Shaiva Siddhanta tradition. You'll get a Mula Mantra. As I said, we call it Mantra March because instead of saying march left, right, left, right, left, right, you say Om Ham 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 Shivaya Namaha, Om Ham 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 Shivaya Namaha, Om Ham 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 Shivaya Namaha. So chanting this when you walk around these, 108 Banalingams, and then one huge Shivalingam. What I call the result is, you get the benefits of Adi Bhautika, Adi Dhaivika, Adhyatmika. What is Adi Bhautika? You had a good walk around this 108 Shivalingam, that's your physical exercise, your body, Adi Bhautika, your health is taken care of. What is Adi Dhaivika? When you chant the Shiva Mula Mantra, the grace of the Devata, the greatest of all Devatas, there's no other Lord over him to lord him over. So he is the Lord. So you get his grace, Adi Dhaivika. When you get his grace, Adhyatmika, your spiritual progress, it just skyrockets. So to realize the Shivasam. Therefore, coming around this entire 108 Shivalingam plus one in the middle will accomplish all the purposes for the devotees. So that's why many of us have committed a lot of time and money to do this, because this is not for me, not for you, not for anybody. This is for everybody and not only of this present generation, but for generations to come. That's why even the basis for the smaller Shivalingam, even though it cost us more money to make it, they're all made of stone, just stone, strongest stone. So the 108 Shivalingam will be on a stone base of 2¼ feet, on which there will be a 1 foot Audayar, on top of which there will be the Banalingam measuring little more than a feet. So the total height of the smaller Banalingam will be about 4 feet something. So when you walk around, you can offer a Vilva leaf and a drop of water. There will be Vilva leaf basket, and there will be water also there, so that you can put a Vilva leaf and an offer. And also these Shivalingams will be named after the 108 names of Lord Shiva. And not only that, now these Shivalingams will represent the birth stars that are 27 stars. Each star has 4 quarters, what we call Padam. So 27 multiplied by 4 is 108. So each one of these Shivalingam will represent. So for instance, so Shivalingam number 5 will be Bharani, Apabharani, Padam 1. And Shivalingam number 9 will be Kritika, Padam 1, and so on. And Rohini would be 13, Rohini 1, and then 14 would be Rohini 2, so on and so forth. So if any of you want to come and do puja, then that Banalingam, that if you are Rohini Padam 1, you go to Shivalingam number 13, that will have a Shiva's name as well. And then you do your Abhishekam and puja for that one. So there's that concept also is involved here. There is also, like I mentioned, in Parampalli, Udupi, that I will talk about it a little later, but for now, just mention this. The Nadi Jala Tattvam of Narmada coming and mingling with the Samudra Jala Tattvam of the Arabian Sea at the Malpe beach, near on the shores of the Arabian River. So that's an amazing combination. So there'll be huge Shivalingam. That'll be with the background of the ocean. So when you go there and just sit in front of the Shivalingam will be in front of you with the ocean in the background. It's an amazing scene. It's a very, very beautiful place. Many of our ashram trustees have gone there, and other devotees have gone there. That's a very serene place, beautiful. So that's another project which I won't talk about now, down the line later. But let me continue with our Tiruvannamalai project. So these are all the Shivalingams already made, 108 Banalingams already ready, and then these are the Audayars that are already ready in Mahabalipuram, and then this is the Upapidam that I was talking about. That's purely stone, that's completely stone. Now when one of you sponsor, your 3 names, the names that you give will be carved out the base, like where you see my arrow. That's where your names will be. So when you sponsor one of these smaller Shivalingams, your names, 3 names that you give will go on this, and that'll be for generations to come. That so-and-so was kind enough, was blessed by Lord Shiva to sponsor this particular Shivalingam. So that choice, you can make a choice based on the 108 names of Lord Shiva, that, okay, I want this name. I want Shivaya. I want Maheshwara, I want Maheshwara, that'll be Shivalingam 2. Shambhu, then that'll be Shivalingam 3. So on and so forth.
शिव शंकर शशांक शेखर हर बम 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 बोलो।
This is the basis for the huge Shivalingam that's already being made in Mahabalipuram, and then these are all the different structures of this shapes is taking shape. Almost will be ready in another 20 days completely. And this is again for the part of the Audayar. This was sent about 3-4 weeks ago. By now, this is probably done. So this is the Shivalingam, 13-feet Shivalingam that was hand chiseled out of the Narmada stone, Omkareshwar. And this is what the Shilpi just polishing. It's only for polish, the little hand machinery. And then this is the one for our Udupi ashram. So both these together here. So now, like I mentioned, this is what we also call it Pradosha Pradakshinapad, our mantra march. And I mentioned this, talked about it already, Adi Bhautika, Adi Devika, Adhyatmika. The sponsorship in terms of American dollar is 500. Indian rupees will be the equivalent. That for a smaller Bonalingam. Before we were not planning to, but access sponsorship. But what has happened because of the lockdown due to COVID, the cost of materials, construction material has gone skyrocketed. So it has gone beyond our budget. So that's the only reason we're accepting the sponsorship. Otherwise, the original idea was to do it as much as possible with our own funds. But now we are accepting donations, and a couple of you have already supported this. More of you have asked for more information. So this is where the information is. For one smaller Bonalingam sponsorship is 500. If you want to sponsor a big one, it's just 1,500. Bigger Bonalingam, there are 20 some sponsorships available for the big one. And when you sponsor $1,500, or roughly equivalent to 1 lakh rupees in India, this Bonalingam also has a base, the Adhara Pitam. On that, 4 names that you give will be carved on that in stone, on the Adharapitam of the Shivalingam. So your name will be always at the feet of Lord Shiva, being blessed, your family name, your children's name, your parents' names, all that will be there. Now, in addition to carving the names on stone, each one of the sponsors, whether you're sponsoring a smaller Shivalingam or the big Shivalingam, or you're sponsoring the Nandi, or you're sponsoring the temple, each one of you will get a 5-inch Banalingam. So we have already ordered this Banalingam, again coming from Madhya Pradesh. You would get a 5-inch Banalingam along with the original Rudraksha seeds from our tree here in Fort Lauderdale. We have 2 trees, Rudraksha trees. So from these, the original beads will give you about 11 of these original Rudrakshas, plus a small booklet in your language, in your vernacular, how to do a simple 10-minute Shiva Puja to that Banalingam. So if you sponsor any of these, not only you can come to Tiruvannamalai worship these, but also you will get a Banalingam, a miniature version to worship at your own place, at home. Now, there's also the most important thing, when we install this, which is planning to do during the Mahadipam, which is around November 19th of this year, that's when we are planning to do the inauguration. If you happen to be there, and if you're one of the sponsors of the small Shivalingam, you get to do the Pratishtapana yourself, in the sense that you'll be putting the 9 gems in there, you'll be putting the yantra in there with your own hands, while the priests do the rest of the rituals. We look forward to all your support, and please join us in this great venture for humanity. This is not for any individual. This is for humanity, of not only of the current generations, but for generations to come. This is the only legacy that is going to live. Any legacy that you leave is not going to live. The only legacy, your name will live through these divine projects, Like I said, Rajaraja Cholan, his palace is not there. We don't even know where he was buried. But the temple that he built is still there, calling out his name. So all of you be part of this, and your names will be carved in stone under each one of the Shivalinga, and also under the huge one. Plus you get to worship a Banalingam that you can give to your children, train your children to worship that Banalingam, and their children will give it to their children. So we have families in India that you hear, oh, my great-great-grandfather worshipped this Shivalingam. Now it's here. So like that, this Banalingam will live forever and ever, both in your houses as well as in Tiruvannamalai. So we invite each and every one of you to be part of this. We also have a website that Sri Ramji, our auditor, is working on, so which is pretty much done, but still you can go and check it out, sivoham.org. And then our wonderful group from Dallas have taken an initiative, and they have this Google Doc, where there's already about 15-20 sponsors there already, both for the big and the small Shivalingams. And they have all this information that I was talking to you about for 30 minutes. They have just in that Google Doc in a very brief form. So you can also check that website out. And then if you're interested, send me a note on WhatsApp. Send Asha ji or Sriram ji. Asha ji is our lead here in USA. So we will give her number. Asha, most of you know Asha Raju. We were there last week. And then Sri Ramji, most of you know, Om Sivoham, Om Sivoham, Om Sivoham, Om Sivoham, Om Sivoham.